Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine CES 2026. We are in the North Hall and we've got robots as big as your head and a lot more. We're going to be walking the North Hall and see what's going on here, which is a lot of robotic AI, autonomy, all that other good stuff. If it's got an A in front of it or an R in front of it, it's here. And that's what we're going to show you in the next few segments as we go. So let's get started and do that. So we're now in the age of robots and AI, and many of you, myself included, haven't really seen the inner workings in one of these things. And we're here at the Salcomp booth, and we're taking a look at the Knight LY1 humanoid robot ODM, which shows you the hardware that's involved in putting this guy together. So most of it is in the chest, as you can see. And as we progress, that's going to, of course, change a little bit as we go. So the company Salcomp provides end-to-end hardware design and manufacturing for many different models. So they basically build robots that will work in the industry. Like, for instance, they have one over here that is just basically carrying stuff around and will eventually start to move as it goes. And then, of course, they have one over here that's doing some darts. That doesn't look like it's moving, so let's go over to this one. He's simply shuffling some dice around. Or maybe not. Maybe he's doing some karate right now. But that's the whole point of the modern-day robot. There's a small one that's going to get some whatever. And of course we can see in the distance there, we can see some of the robotic hands and everything like that. Let's see if we can move over to this and take a look. So this is the dexterous hand demo area. So it's gonna, I think what's happening is, yeah, I'm controlling it. Now I gotta zoom out so you can see what's going on. So I'm actually controlling it with my hand through a camera. Now I won't be able to turn that, but if I did this and did this, it still reacts from there. So that's actually pretty cool. And yeah, I could do that's not the right one, but you get it right there. So we could have some fun with that, you know, sign of the devil, all that other good stuff. And if it turned, you'd be like the Happy Days A, but you know, that's how that works. So this is Frau from Salcomp. This is the dexterous hand demo area. I don't know if we're supposed to idolize the scooter or the table of food and drinks, because a lot of people are hungry and thirsty. No, it looks like they're getting ready to announce. We saw the Navee at PepCom, I believe it was, and I talked about that on that video, so you can go over and check that out over at the PepCom part of things. But this is the Navee booth, which is basically showing off their new UTS5 or UTS scooter. Itsy bitsy teeny weeny little robot walking CES on the floor for the first time today. Look at this little guy. I mean, he's like no more than like 2 inches. That's just crazy. Walk away, little guy. Walk away. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some RV living here. So if you want to get yourself an RV, we've got this right here. Let's go to here. This is the AITH. And we're checking out the inside of this luxury vehicle. All right, here we go. And solar on top, 45 kilowatt battery pack. So now we're in the inside of this thing. And look at how crazy it is. We have a lot of people in here. We're in the extension right now, as you can see. And so there's the kitchen. So this becomes the living area. And then a little countertop in the kitchen. And let's go ahead and take a look. The back room is the bathroom and the laundry. It's really small in there, but big enough for what you need. If you're just cleaning clothes or taking a quick shower.
We're going to deploy the trailer at the
I guess it does go back to the bed, to the back bedroom. There's a shower right there. And then this is the back bedroom. That looks like got a twin bed. Twin bed right there. And it's nice and comfortable in here. And then you got a little sliding door. Insert door, as they call it. Can't move it, but that's okay. And of course, the loo. Gotta have the loo. Always have to have the loo. A little sink and a mirror. Hey, how's it going? And then there's the washing machine, washer dryer, I guess. Maybe just a washer. Could be. It might be a dual. I don't know. We'll see. And then here we have the kitchen. And inside the kitchen we have definitely some cupboards and stove, microwave up above. Over here is the sink, and then the small dishwasher throughout of here. And that is inside of this thing. Go ahead.
What size is it? What size is it?
And then finally, we have the cockpit. That's pretty cool. Tour of this trailer concept from AC Future. This one's going to be a little bit difficult to get everything, but what this is the Turtle Ship Theater. The world's first ironclad assault vessel, the Turtle Ship, reborn as a futuristic energy vessel where you can experience, basically it's a theater inside, and I don't know how portable it is, but that's pretty crazy. Look at the screens on the back here, and we're going to go to the hull. I think that's what that is, yeah. The back end of the ship, and we'll see a nice big dragon up there, and designs down below as we go. And then look at that guy. He's got to stand there. Excuse me. All right. Let's move around the ship a little bit more. So it looks like there's something going on inside. And we're going to get to the entrance here in a second. Is it okay if I just peek in?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Awesome, thank you. So this is the inside of the theater. Look at that, the walls all around. Just
How
like
do you
that.
think about that?
I think that I think it's cool. So look at that. That's pretty sweet. Yeah. All right, and that is the ship in a nutshell. There. I'll take a look at the front really quick, and that's the ICE-PCO Korea Electric Power Corporation. Well, that's a pretty cool little setup for them. Here, this is the Elite 320 and Elite 400 series, and I'm just going to get down on a knee here, and we're going to talk about this. I love this because of just the fact that it's on wheels, and you could take this anywhere. So you unload it off of your truck, off of your camper or whatever. You can take it out into the wilderness, hook up the TV, hook up the internet, hook up everything, and go from there. It's got long standby, and it's got ultra low idle power consumption at under 9 watts, and it can stay on standby for up to 15 days without draining it all. And of course, we have all the great features there. We got the power on. We got the USB ports, USB-C and USB-A. We've got what they used to call a cigarette lighter. Now it's called the utility port right there. Up here, looks like we got a plug. If you got a solar panel or anything like that, that's where you'd normally plug into. And then we've also got some 12-volt DC output options here. Over here, we've got 120 US standard plugs, 4 of them at 120. This is a different type of robotic hand, but the thing about these hands, it's about pressure sensitivity. So when the fingertips touch something, it knows what it's touching, or has an idea of what it's touching. It's got a 16-channel. This is from Allegro Hand, and this is the V5 Sense, by the way. It's got 16-channel pressure sensing, 11 joints in the palm for precise tactile feedback, and it can do a bus plus Ethernet for a reliable industrial integration. So if it's picking up an orange, or if it's picking up a box, or if it's picking up a crate or whatnot, it's going to be able to sense what it's picking up and then give it the amount of pressure that it needs to grasp onto it, to hold onto it so it doesn't drop it when it's the heavier item. We can see this right here as this hand, which has only 3 fingers, will pick up a red Solo cup. So if it was like a bartender, it could sense if the cup had nothing in it or if it had a full drink in it and be able to move it back and forth. We're seeing this in a more practical solution as this hand is picking up, well, blocks in this case. And I have a feeling it understands what the blocks are because there are different letters in here and it does have different bays to put that block in. And you see how it just pushed the item into its bay and now it's going to go to the next block, find the next block. So it's probably using a camera somewhere and some sensors to try and find the N or the K, or is that a Z or a K? There we go. Now it senses that and brings it over so it doesn't pick up 2 items at once. And then it goes ahead and gets ready to pick it up. And basically what this is spelling is its company, WONIK Systems. So, but yeah, it's moving it over and rocking it from there. We're seeing some more robots over there that are basically handling apples and strawberries. I think that's actually a real apple, right? The strawberry looks fake, but the apple might be fake. So it could actually pick up produce to do things like clean the produce or to just put it into the right bin and feel it and understand it and say, okay, that's an apple, that's a strawberry, goes into the apple bin, goes into the strawberry bin. So you get the idea. And this is some of the robotics from WONIK Robotics. The next group of robots is a company called Engine AI. They basically showcase their flagship products, the PM01 light, highly mobile general purpose agent, and the T8000, a full-scale, high-efficiency humanoid, making that global debut. They did demonstrations of boxing and kickboxing and wrestling and everything like that. We didn't get to see that at that point. And what we have here is North, their ping pong robot. It plays high-speed ping pong with a 0.02 second reaction time, enabling it to process and respond to environment changes almost the moment they occur. This guy right here is actually making pinwheels. Check that out. He's definitely folding the pinwheel as best as he can. And it looks like he's made a few other pinwheels right there. Something as simple as making a pinwheel is always interesting. And the precision on what he's doing, think of this as more a circuit board or anything like this. And of course we're here in Vegas, so yeah, you can have a robot dealing your cards for you. I hope they don't have any big bets on this table. The robot will always win. Or will it? Of course, even gaming PCs have AI in it. We're here at the Gigabyte booth, and we're taking a look at this. This is the Aorus X870E Elite X3D Ice Custom Gaming Machine. It's got an X870E Aquarius Elite X3D Ice motherboard, the Ryzen 7 9800 X3D processor, graphics cards, the RX 9060 XT gaming rig, and 128 gigabytes of RAM in there, DDR5 RAM, by the way, And we've got a 7300 SSD at 2 terabytes, and I'm guessing there's probably an M2 in there, or spot for an M2. Water cooled, of course, through their Aorus Water Force X2 360 ICE system, and then the Aorus Elite P1000 power system. And the chassis is the Gigabyte C500 panoramic stealth ICE. So check that out. We'll check it from the side here. If you do this right, it looks like a face. See, there's the mouth right there, and then, of course, an eye and an eye, and then a weird nose. So let's look at some of the other PCs that they have. This is the Aorus RTX 5090 AI box, which has got a GeForce RTX 5090 powered by the NVIDIA Blackwell architecture and DLSS 4. It helps empowers laptops with robust computing power, and it supports Thunderbolt 5 and USB 3.2 Gen 2 for peripherals. It also supports the Gigabyte exclusive AI Box GPU selector software. Next up is we have the Aorus Gigabyte. This is the RTX 5060 Ti AI Box, which is right here, and it's powered by the Blackwell architecture in DLSS 4 with also Thunderbolt 5 and a cooling system. So it's got a nice slimline case there. Let's move to the laptop. This is the Aorus Elite 16 with Windows 11 Home or Windows 11 Pro, Intel Core Ultra 9 processor at 275HX, and up to an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 57 graphics card inside. Perfect for gaming. I'd definitely be using it for streaming. It's got Dolby Vision Atmos in there as well, and a pretty decent keyboard. As you can see, it lights up, and these are the control keys for what you need. So you can probably map those out for whatever you need. Like if you're doing any type of editing or you're doing any type of video production, you can actually map those out and they will light up so you know which buttons to press. Next up, we have the Gigabyte Gaming A16 Pro, Windows 11, Intel Core 7 at 240H processor, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5080 GPU, laptop GPU, of course, the Blackwell architecture in there. It's also got a 180-degree lay flat hinge design, so you can angle it however you want, like so, or all the way back. There we go. So you can kind of, have it on the floor and look over it or whatever. So, and of course, it's also got the WindForce Infinity X frost fans and the 3D Board X and Icy Touch design right there. And then last in this line right here is the Gigabyte Aero X16 with Copilot. It's a Copilot PC. So this has a Ryzen AI 9 HX370 processor in there, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070 GPU, and it's powered by, of course, the Blackwell architecture. And this is a 16-inch screen, by the way, and I think all of these were 16-inch screens as well. And super slim at 16.75 millimeters. So this is more of the, I don't play too many games. I watch more movies off of this thing, or I just can't afford one of these other machines. So I get the best that I can for my dollar. These are the Aorus Master line laptops. We've got the Master 18. We've got the Master 16 over here, which is kind of similar to the laptops we just saw, but these are more with NVIDIA cards inside. Of course, Gigabyte is a partner with NVIDIA, and so if you're looking for one of the better laptops, if you're doing doing more gaming, that one's there. If you're doing more AI work, then you might want to look at this one right here, the Master 18, which is Windows 11. It's got a Core Ultra 9 processor in there. It's got the 5090 GPU in there with 1824 AI tops, and of course the 16-inch OLED screen, and of course WindForce Infinity X. So this is great. Cutting-edge GPU, boosting your creativity, enhance the video and streaming. I'd probably use this for my video system, but both of them would be pretty comparable for what I do in a mobile streaming system. But if you do want desktops, they also have the NVIDIA desktops over there that for gaming and for production. that was North Hall in a nutshell. We saw a lot of robots, and we saw some computers, and we saw a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of everything. It was amazing. It's changed. This hall has changed so much since I first started, because this used to be the auto area. So we'd walk in and car stereos would be blaring left and right, and we'd be seeing BMWs and Fords and Chevys and everything. And now this is all AI and robots, and it's crazy, because West does all the auto stuff, and we didn't see too many cars there either. We saw a lot of autonomous stuff and other types of vehicles, and we did see some cars, a couple concept vehicles as we went. But the whole point is that with the North Hall, the more I saw, the more robots building of different things. Like, you could get a robot hand to pick up strawberries, or you could just build your own robot. With the beginning of the video, you saw the inside of one of those autonomous robots, and it was just crazy. So there's a little bit of mix of other companies inside here. We saw Gigabyte, of course, in their PC line, and of course I was at the Bluetti booth, and there are several different power companies behind me. We see a couple companies behind me. So there's a lot here, and a little bit of mixture between but it's not automotive by any means anymore. But there's still a lot here in North Hall. And we've done Central Hall, we've done North Hall, did West Hall. I did a very little bit at South Hall. And we'll get back to regular production, and we're going to be doing some changes over at Geekazine with more inline shows and reviews and everything like that. So keep the dial to Geekazine. I know you don't dial anymore, but keep that dial to Geekazine. No remote control. You got to actually do the physical dial to Geekazine. Over at geekazine.com, youtube.com/Geekazine. Like, subscribe, comment, and of course the bell notification so you know when the next video comes out. That's it for me today. Tonight I'm going to be judging some companies through our friends over at Aving. They invited me to do that through the Global Innovation Forum of 2026. So this what I did last year. We have 6 companies. We judge them, have dinner, and then give out awards. Can't go wrong there. So I'm going to be doing that tonight, and then of course Venetian tomorrow, and then I will be getting ready to head back to the cold in Wisconsin, and then we'll create some more content for you. So, but for now, for the North Hall, Jeffrey Powers from Geekazine, you guys geek out, be safe, and we'll see you next time.